Well, greetings. This is Pastor Milton Jr., the senior pastor of Kingdom Builders right here in Birmingham, Alabama. What an honor it is to come into your homes, your jobs, your automobiles, wherever you may be, just to give you a midday motivation on today. I want to continue something I talked about, and that was convictions that cannot be compromised. Going back to Numbers chapter 13, make sure you read it. I'm at verse number 31 now. Listen to what it says. Caleb and Joshua said, we can do it. When everybody else was saying what we can't do, Caleb and Joshua says we can do it. The negative people, it was 10 of them, remember? 10 of them sounded intellectual. 10 of them sounded spiritual. Only 2 of them said we can do it. The reason is because the 2 were creative. The 2 understood, with God being on our side, we can accomplish anything. I want to give you a nugget, but this might shock you, but listen at this. One of the reasons that the negative people did not see what Caleb and Joshua saw was because they didn't have the power or the strength. As a matter of fact, they weren't willing to do the work in order to see the fulfillment of that prophecy. What are you saying, Pastor Wren? They didn't want to do anything extra because it was 500 miles to get to Canaan from where they were. Did you hear what I said? They were 500 miles away. They didn't have Toyota Camrys. They didn't have the luxury of jumping on a helicopter. They had to walk in order to get there. And they did not want to walk 500 miles to get to where God says was theirs, up the mountain, through the sticker burrows, in order to see the fulfillment of the prophecy. So here's a principle I want to give to you, and I hope this one blesses you. You do not need lazy people on your team. That's even in the home. Everybody needs to be working for the same common goal. On your job, you want people around you that see what you see and can do what you do, or have a desire to want to do that. Don't allow lazy people to be closely connected to you, or it may contaminate or kill the drive that's on the inside of you. I've got a conviction. I've got to get up early. I've got to stay up late. If that's you, you need people that's going to push you, that's going to motivate you, so that you can see the promised land, and not just see it, but that you can enjoy it. Here it is. Not only is it saying you don't need lazy people on your team, but real leaders like you were like Caleb and Joshua. You see the hurdles, but real leaders see past the hurdles. They see what's on the other side. And I want to encourage somebody, everything that you see is not what's stopping you. What's stopping you from reaching your full potential is not being able to see past the negative, not being able to see past a negative bank account, not being able to see past the orange or the yellow light on in my car that says it's time to put some gas in it, not being able to see past a negative medical report. But if you ever muster up the faith and the strength to see past it, you will understand that greater is on the other side than what I'm looking at right now. And hurdles, some of my runners would understand this. Hurdles are not designed to stop you. Hurdles are designed so that you and I, as we're running, can pace ourselves, prepare to step over the hurdles and continue going. Well, how does runners do it? Here is what I had one of my friends who ran marathons told me. The best way to handle hurdles is to keep your eyes on the prize. Keep your eyes on the finishing line, or keep your eyes on the coach. Here's what the word tells us, that we have a great cloud of witnesses that's standing over the balcony of heaven, and they're cheering for us. Every time you fall, they're saying, get back up. Every time you make a mistake, they're saying, get up and dust yourself off. You can do it. There's a great cloud of witnesses that's believing in you, that's praying for you, and that's hoping that you don't give up and don't throw in the towel. Because when you've got a conviction on the inside, no matter who believes in you, you've got to bet on yourself. I said that right. You have to bet on yourself. Roll the dice and say, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen to me. And I believe if you got a conviction like that, God has the power to bring it to pass. I love you. I'm praying for you. And I want you to know that I see you in the future. As Bishop Blake says, and your future look much better than it does right now. Rise, shine, and let's prepare to build God's kingdom one person at a time. Let's keep building. Be blessed.